There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. Never, never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source. It's bloated and shameful.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on your
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large, infinitesimally small. Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. Yes, it is. You lost.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room, a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. window stands broken in its front. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's a mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, a door. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor. The fan stands still. The switch must be broken. You hear a jingle. Keys are clean. It says, whirling in rags.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official... Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking? Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you.
Goodbye.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway. There they both are, two identical shoes, both like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal, good, they're balanced, comfy, feels like the only. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be through a PA system by other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work. Looks like the bird was. Something about it makes you feel.
Look, your buddy. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up? Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about the rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. What happened, man? You used to be cool. It would go well with those cigarettes. That's a great... A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his... As you approach, he narrows... If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. He is your half-brother.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize this is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. You instinctively run your hand over the multi-pad.
Don't worry! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name.
Yes, well. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Good. But even if you haven't, have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. So, the body is...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for...
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through what... If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
The man with the unimpressive...
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call...
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place.
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that. Detective. It's your turn.
Yes, yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away because none of your business. Extra fine. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Why would I have a problem with you? You're a hero cop. Yes, you are. What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. You're right, you didn't. And it's only taken you 3 days not to. No, I haven't seen you around. I just got here, remember?
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can.
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 100.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more.
No one is saying that! No one is saying that Ty can talk! That would be ludicrous! It's just that you should arrest him! It would be wiser! He wants to take your money!
The lieutenant watches you fiddle with your horrific tie.
If you don't have the money, it's okay. No.
That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back.
He stands silently, looking. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
What was with that fucking wink?
I see you are still grieving. Well, I won't. You must forgive me. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most... I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Nope, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven. Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional... But we should stop for today, sweetie.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they... It has something to do with everything.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
You were doing quite well up until the end, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering.
A sigh.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world...
She means this sincerely.
Someone more educated in...
No, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find... Yes, dear.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegic...
That's quite all right. I'm used to people at...
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted...
Of course, dear.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is cut. Vapor emanates from the large engine. This must be the infernal machine that, in the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The frequency tableau lights the soft purr of electrical kitten.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5, this
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle.
10-4, what's your status? Over. Ten 18, 10-20, over. 10-18, 10-20. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message. Over. 10-4, message received. This is very serious.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and...
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Ten 4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your
Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. No.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need...
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat, please. 10-9, come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message, please. Did you... He says he doesn't...
Dear God, he lost his gun. This isn't real.
Mac can face the giant of Coco Nur by himself.
Oh, I can't.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over. He acknowledges your joke.
Lay off. Lay off. Tell him.
Satellite officer. 10-4, affirmative. Officer.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you.
What does he want?
He's asking for my...
Is he
I don't think he...
Don't give that asshole a...
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's...
He isn't getting...
Request denied, sir. He says he's...
Well, I guess...
Vicmar said...
Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
Anything else, sir? Oh,
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that... 10-9, repeat message. I didn't... Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner.
What?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking...
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Ten four.
Hold up, Jules. He doesn't fucking know where...
Seems like it.
No, fuck him. Don't...
Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for you? Over. Ten four.
Does he actually want something, or...
He asked if he ever told me.
For God's sake, cut this...
Sir, satellite office. So, was there any... Understood, sir. Over. Roger that.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st, the small room is filled with cigarette smoke.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh?
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage. A metallic drawer slides out.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long...
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. It's robust, weatherproof, lets you see things. The handles are long and sleek. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering lever.
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. The kid is obviously high.
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong! Throw it...
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous.
Yeah, Kuno, right then!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake! You should throw the...
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. The fuck are you talking?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Shitload pig.
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that... You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in... I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno gives this info out on just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing Kuno.
Get lost,
Right, pig? This is where Kuno plays with his lip. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the...
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted,
watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the...
Yeah, that's right. Drag your...
don't listen. Just go. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around you seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
There he still is. Look.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. You feel a great force ringing from your stomach until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Sure you do. You just threw up a lot. There is freight nearby, east of the hostel. There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
There he still is, looking right through you. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. What do you think you are? A super detective? Your heavy worker's boots with reinforced... Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old... This trash container is locked. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death. The lieutenant leans in to inspect the lock.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or we might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one, and he also has information.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Sure. I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Of course. Where to? There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, the harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the just coast. There's a little fishing village. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inn. No problem. Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure. Keep them. I have...
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why.
I thought as much.
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins.
Officer, I have... Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not... There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it. Let's just say you know her.
You think you hear her sleep? Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else.
I really don't want to talk about this. Maybe, I don't know. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Oh, no.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Right. It's better to not ask too many questions, lest people start thinking you're a cop or something.
No, not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making...
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. No, not me. No, sorry, I don't. Not a lot of people don't have the money to have the cables put in.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just...
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says go.
Garbage.
Legally, no. In reality, yes.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that. No, sorry. People don't have the money.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
No, sorry. People don't have the money.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the whirling in rags.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client. I've had sailors fighting. You need... Well, you were worse. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept... We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about... And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water... I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke. The ones I... Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your dad. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. The stuffed bird, the great skua, you threw it against the wall. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
All sorts of things. From this... Which one would that be? Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Sans. Richard, that right...
Interesting. You still have to find it. You hear a sigh of relief.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57th...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull...
gander at
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as
from another planet. Hey there, it's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the... Yeah, imagine.
behind the laugh.
So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological condition. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity. Oh, high grade.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo? Neat. For carrying large quantities.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merch.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
I'm okay, man. Just...
Maybe the full-on direct approach.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant... I've heard talk there's a company rep in...
Ah, yes. From the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's...
Don't be a stranger.
This trash container is with a well-oiled. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste Soleil cereal. They're up among the threadbare kitchen towels. Something as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If this, drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise... Not really. All we know is the
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See? The lieutenant nods. It's just organic waste. Cold, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly.
Officer, is that your paper? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? Well...
His eyes express a rare condolence.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select...
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man, only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
You've acquired an interactable item.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. It's a metaphor. Below the pathetics? Terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
It depends, aside from an anti-counterfeiting.
How many years you've been on the force?
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the... They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight, and once in a while there's a red stamp that exclaims, case files, commit, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. There is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash inspect the interview the cafeteria. It's not exactly poetry. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Things to be done and things.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's like... I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted... Huh? Two complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. Two, that's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry. Yes, it appears you employ a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction. Yes, all caps. Others appear more light-hearted. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them...
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one... The man with the hole in his head. I pray his loved ones. Rail spiked through the head.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB40. Why, yes, your precinct number is every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is the mural. True love. People call it that. The graffito crew is easy to track down. The case files do not show you. The crew agree. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message. All a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us. Did anyone ask you what you believe? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Then rip them from the binder and hand 3. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched, it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick. U4 size. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is the ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of the second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Then drive to the station. I think I've lost my sense of... Not being hungover helps too. No. This is a 2-man assignment because it needs 2 officers. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet.
Give it half an hour. Get your...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the...
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's down playing his... The dashboard lights up with orange. The lights unfold with a little...
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of...
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp.
There she is.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into three. Right. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM. A rat brazenly darts past you and...
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them. The first row has 18, not bad for what. The next is the longest. There are so many, it's hard. The last row, that's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of... Fair point. This next row, the one... Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you... Call it what you want. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which there are certain officers who treat their kills, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Everyone has their own method of coping. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it. Why not gardening?
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here. Thank you anyway.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. Yes? What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. They come here in the evenings.
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliates.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Another thing. Great. I love... Yes?
thin man is smoking below, and as you step in, he nods toward. It must be his name. Garanci. Garanci, Quebec. Sounds representative. The man puts his cup down and replies something. He smiles and bangs. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling. You see a heavy... You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is...
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But
he's not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
Gart is the person to ask about this, the cafeteria manager.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wonder. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the... Yes?
You see a heavy step. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The door does not. The man ponders his cook. He looks up at you, then looks away. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Hello again, officer. Of course. Where to? The harbor gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment building, some shops and a bridge. The just coast. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. No problem.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to...
What's that magazine she's reading?
I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery... I think they think that the...
The story goes that...
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe...
She looks up from under.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay? Reality.
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher.
I don't know. What about it? We're in Frit as mankind.
What will her essay prompt be?
We're in a transition. You know, I don't know. Look at...
The clock shows the time at 10:09.
When ordinary people... Yeah, it happened like... Our government? Or do you mean something else? So cool. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't... Not really. No. I didn't know. I don't know, really.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to...
Okay. Uh-huh.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent.
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
A small cabinet on their logo is the blue.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. No.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Duramine heals +3 health. Magnesium.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says...
Oh, that it's a machine for tear? You know, you find tear outside, like bottles, or you need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some.
A colourful display of... There, in that dark green glass. All in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine...
Guess not. No.
Good thing you're an...
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol...
Know this. You will never finish your alcohol. gold monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, even by the standards of the, well, his own maladministration. Stories have it, he called it.
The man certainly knew how to live.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe, not just any nose candy though. We're talking royal Philippian blood. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms. Beneath the cold waters, the original, what most historians think. Some years ago, a group of... The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart. Neither do people in... Philip III, the Squanderer. The worn and beaten wood.
We can sit.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from River.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. They have stored. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, feel free to step in and I'm signaling that the store is open.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Kind of you to offer.
What could you do to help her?
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
There he still is, looking right through you. Ha ha ha. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
I'm at a loss as well.
Sometimes even that is not enough.
Officer, you just need to be strong.
You can open this white check again by going to your character.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. counter rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber.
Why the yelling, man?
Looks like a Sow descendant. A lot of Sow dock workers around.
Really? You woke me?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker responds.
That's the name of mine.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic.
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Good. Then you understand.
For one, I can get some. Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate.
Yeah, what about it?
You know, people die.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then who is it? I can tell you that. You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's...
The lieutenant gives you a... So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. We are the workers, the Union.
Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the Union. Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you. His eyes...
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir.
A little me-time. The dock worker doesn't. The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed. Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you. He doesn't like where this is going. The bed is cold and not.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
The streets will flow red once more.
The streets will not flow red with anything.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, The last time I was tested for Hep C. Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a man-o'-war.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentric hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershaw. It's
probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit...
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her I ain't no snitch, pigsty.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant. Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Yeah? Thanks.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Watch your back, Uncle.
A striking woman leans...
Good afternoon, officers. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Beaton, my maiden name. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every...
What is implied here? That you're a... She hasn't actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a...
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation. Quite a few things The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope...
How curious. Why is that to...
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh, dear. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some... I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort. Easy. Just offer her a favor, like I said.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to just...
You're in, but expect her to drive.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with...
Detective, a word in private before we continue. This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and you know, not volunteer us to be her. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate. I'm sure you will, Detective.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using
Ingredients for...
meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Yes. After they...
While Pine seems to be well apprised of...
We're in logistics. It's our business yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once seen... Perhaps you've noticed that a number of I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will... We did. On more...
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged...
Well, here's your chance. No. We asked East Motor Track. This is a limited time opportunity. Thousands of liters of...
Well...
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd want this.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. How do you think they're financing it?
There was a shake...
With all due respect to these... Precisely. Smuggled out of that... Yes? Excellent. It may come to nothing, or in the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. This... reality... Ah, yes.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions
We may be here a while then.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a district of You would be excused for not knowing about it. I'm not a good ambassador.
A brief spike of longing in a...
This place used to be a province. A workers' resort. Yes, I was...
There's a spark in the air. A live...
It's not really a sea. Yes.
Known to the early vast. Luke...
Revachol. The great...
As if itself...
History detective. They built this city to... The nations of the Occident. Or in the DeLorean century. They say it's where the... By that I mean... We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people. In the middle of the... Oh, we're quite a way off. 22 kilometers from the center of the world.
Silence. The water, the light. There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no true answer.
This is one thought.
Was there something else?
This has been informed. Might I suggest...
Absolutely. My commitment here is long...
It's better not to eat all your...
Indeed. I'm always at your service. These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born for the big time, the revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what the turn of the century revolution. The revolution began in '02 on the... It wasn't a who, but a what. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a... From Revachol and Grad? Why? You and I...
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because...
Modernity. 43 years. Hard to fathom. The 20s saw a decade of urban... The 30s? No. It was a market. Welcome to reality, baby.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only... Good question. What would you have done differently? So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago? Good hygiene. Really. When they failed to step up...
Opinions expressed here.
And what is your official position?
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds.
Understandable. They are what they... Anyway,
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask.
It's a neurological disorder caused by lack.
She conveys it in short, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery.
She nods.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie, out in the open somewhere.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything? Of course, Detective.
Welcome to Cry. Be welcome.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
You see a set of...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books?
She speaks almost as if she's... Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtain. Just as you're about to pull apart the...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the parapsychologically speaking. We're done if you decide to open them.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't... You do? My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No! Please just talk to me, officer.
There is something mysterious about... You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm. An irregular... This is a traditional Seminese inhabitants of... Aside from poking at it, you see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway...
I warned you. You're unleashing forces...
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens. Only an echo. No one is there.
I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you... Don't expect my help from now on. The back door is locked and I threw away the key. I won't trifle with such forces. Do look at the books, though. The books compel you. Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse.
She smiles and nods, seemingly.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose. Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her? Oh yes, okay, that makes sense. It's working then. Yes. Do browse our books, sir. As a young girl should be, with the proper...
The woman before you scans the store. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely... There he still is, looking, ha ha ha. Again, every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. The lieutenant is clearly at a loss.
Officer, you just need to be...
You can open this white...
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere. You see the name Sileng.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang. You're right, officer. 100%. No playing around then. Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. Good joke, officer.
You glance around at the crowd.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and
If you wanted to be cynical about it,
my man office.
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
Hyper cool. Anything for you.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found
Those sneakers, mister.
only? That's madness. These once respect...
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. These, officer?
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic. Produced...
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Well, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of if, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy. These are premium clothes.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only...
You find your hands deep.
Economical, but also
There's a pile of cheap...
You like sunglasses, officer?
These are all bought. Those UV stickers are all...
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super...
Abort.
Damn, officer!
They're perfect for
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
No luck.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer.
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
It's not often that I see officers. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector.
I haven't had any problems.
Who are your
All kinds of people. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone. It keeps me
entertained. He might be high. If he is, on what?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. Truth be told.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now is...
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Yeah, it's not good.
This mess, he means you're...
My apologies.
A needle in a haystack.
Of course.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement, a drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes you...
How would I know?
There's a note of those triangle patches on his vest. You have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen.
I've had to take it. You know.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. So much disappointment. An early death. No one's. Everyone.
So much.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor. The cleanup happened 15 years ago, so I came to Martinez. People, we were an all-volunteer force. I lived by the river. There wasn't much to volunteer. I like the theory more than the story.
Yeah. You gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
I doubt it, but I do my best to keep my distance from all...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Let me have a look. I'm not purchasing any more clothes, and especially that tie.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparking in the...
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Guess. Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop. What? Jealous of... They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get some... That won't happen. Typical Martinez streetlight sits among us.
It was brought to...
We are not here to investigate the theft. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell.